Hello, thanks for joining me. I am posting this video because originally I was going to do a yoga session at my parish, but with the coronavirus going on, a lot of things lately have been canceled, including this one. So it's for people's safety, which is great, but I just want to make sure that people are not becoming fearful of the event and forgetting that God created us and wanted us to have love in our hearts. And if we have fear, it makes less room for this love. So before we start practice, if you don't have a chair, I'd like you to get one that your feet can still be grounded, so you don't need where your feet can't touch or where the chair's too small and your knees are coming up. So you want about a 90-degree angle on the legs. From here, nice tall spine. Go ahead, start to close your eyes and feel, where are you feeling the breath today? Is it in your chest? Is it in the belly, side body, or back? Again, nothing right or wrong, just taking note. And with your exhale, trying to release any tension that you might have built up. We're going to start to manipulate our breath. So nice big inhales, sending the breath down deep into the belly. Full and complete exhales. Again, nice big inhales, bringing the breath into the belly. And with your inhales, I want you to think about breathing in God. And with your exhales, breathing out you. So again, when I am talking about breathing in God, it's as simple as asking for His love and have His presence known. And when we're breathing out us, you're surrendering anything that might be getting in the way of becoming closer with God. So today I really want you to breathe out that fear. You can keep your eyes closed and continue to do this deep breath exercise. I'm just going to read a Bible verse from 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7. For God hath not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So go ahead. Slowly open your eyes. And just remember that while we go throughout our practice today. Breathing in God, breathing in all this love, and with your exhales, breathing out you and any fear that you might have created. When things are going chaotic on the world outside of us, we need to sometimes tune inward and realize that we are love and light, and God is within us. There's no need to fear. So, ready? Inhale. Again, breathe in God. Exhale you. 2 more just like that. Follow your fingertips up, actively reaching. Exhale down. Good. We're going to start with some neck rolls. So go ahead, the smallest little circle you can make. And then each one's going to get a little bit bigger. And when you're ready, you're going to try to connect it with your breath again. So maybe with your inhales, your nose starts to go up and come over. Exhales maybe down and around. Get one of the biggest circles yet. And then go ahead, we're going to switch directions. Again, starting out small, getting bigger. And now with stress, a lot of people carry it in different places. Some in their jaw, some in their neck and shoulders, others in your hips. So we're just loosening up our neck and shoulders right now. Good. Go ahead, put your ear to one shoulder. Stay here for a couple breaths. You can just stay as is or bring a little awareness into the tight areas by massaging it. This sends a little blood flow to the area, and it feels great. With your next exhale, think of the chin coming down into the chest. Inhale, up to the other side. Again, same thing, massage it on out, letting the blood flow so it can release any tension. A couple more times with your breath. Exhale, chin down. Inhale to rise up. Good. And from here, we're going to stand up and you're going to go behind your chair. So once you have a chair, it's up to you if you want to hold on to the ends of it, or if you're a little bit more flexible, then you're probably going to want to switch it around so that you can go deeper into some folds. So I'm just going to be at the highest height. We're going to ground into our feet by spreading them about hip width apart, getting the knees to bend ever so slightly. Bring the kneecaps up with the quads engaged. Keeping that activation in your legs, you're going to reach all the way up and interlace your fingers, but the pointers are going to go up. Again, reaching with the inhale, exhale over to one side, and we're not dumping it. We're, again, reaching into that corner of the room. With your next inhale, come on up again. Exhale over to the other side. One more time. Inhale to come up. Exhale over to the other side. If you want, you can bend that knee that you're pointing away from. That increases the stretch a little bit more. Inhale up. Exhale over. Inhales up. And this time, you're going to take your hands and bring them to the heart center. And we're going to keep going all the way down as if you had pockets on your low back area. With this, you're going to push against the back to lift up the chest. You might just stay here and think of the elbows coming towards each other. Or if you want to go into that slight back bend, again, you're reaching up first with that chest and then back. With your exhale, you're going to bend at the knees and start to slide your hands down. This is where you can grab onto the chair and slowly go into like a forward fold. Again, you can come wherever it feels good to you. Always honoring where your body's at today. Never creating something that's just not there. It's one thing I like about a home practice. You don't feel like you're judged or have to go into any pose like other people. You can be a little bit more in tune with yourself. So again, with your next inhale, start to come all the way back up. We're going to take the right leg forward this time. And then the left one, it's going to go back and out to the left. So when you do this, I really want your hips to be squared with that chair. We're going to set up for a pyramid. You're going to begin to start to ground into that big ball point of the right toe and the little toe. Straighten out your legs as best as you can. And again, keep the hips square and start to come only maybe 1 or 2 o'clock. Notice if your hips like to twist out. Keep them square. This might just be it for some. You want to feel it in your hamstrings. If you feel it in the back of the knee, this is where you can bend the leg a little bit or push again into the ball point of the big toe and little toe. If you have a little bit more room or space to go, this is where you can fold a little bit more. Nice long spine or extension here. And with your exhale, you can start to fold. Inhale to come up. Exhale, folding. Again, inhale, breathing God. And with your exhale, releasing you. 2 more times with your breath. Good. Inhale. You're going to start to come up. Bend that front leg, getting the chest up. You never want your knee to go beyond your toes, so hopefully you can see your toes. And if not, you might need to move your leg in closer so that your knee is over your ankle. And you want your knee to be pointing in the direction of your toes. So chest is up here. You can start to send that back leg, that left leg, out a little bit. Again, only go as far as it feels good. And then from here, inhale. Chest is up. Exhale, you're going to start to straighten that front leg, maybe a little bend in the back one. Again, inhale, reaching up. Exhale down. So depending on where your flex or your balance is at, you can start to lift your hands if you feel okay. Reaching up for that crescent lunge. Exhale, come on down. One more. Inhale, reach up. Exhale down. Good. Inhale, come back to that starting position. Knee over the ankle. Nice long chest. Go ahead. Shift your weight back up to starting. This is again where we are going to breathe in God all the way up and release the fingers. Exhale over to one side. Inhales up. Exhale other side. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come to the heart center and all the way through. Open up the chest. Exhale, fold into it. You can go all the way down, or again, use the chair. Hold for a couple breaths. You can rock it out. This kind of releases anything that might be in the back. Pedal the legs, bending one, straightening the other. And with your next inhale, slowly come up. We're going to be switching the legs. So this time your right leg's going to go out to the back and move your foot out a little bit so you're not the heel to heel alignment. You can get your hips squared to the chair. Keeping your legs fairly straight, you're going to start to bend. Again, only to 1 and 2 o'clock. And notice if your hips like to turn out. Keep them as square as you can to that front of that chair. Pushing into that ball, the big toe and little toe on that front foot. And then with your inhales, we're going to push up. Exhale down. 3 more with your breath. Inhale, push up. Exhale down. Last one, again, inhale, God. Exhale, you. Inhale, you're going to come up with the chest. You're going to bend that front leg and that back one's going to go out a little bit more, the heel staying up. Getting that chest up. You're really reaching with that heel back, so you're going to feel a nice calf stretch here. Again, being mindful of that front knee over the ankle, pointing in the same direction of your toes. When you're ready with your exhale, you're going to start to straighten that front leg. Bend down. Inhale, open the chest, bending the front leg up. Exhale, keep repeating that. And again, if your balance is okay, with your inhales, your arms are going to come up. Exhale down. 2 more. Inhale up. Good. And then inhale, chest comes up, back leg comes up. We're going to close it up again with the arms reaching all the way up. And release the fingers. Exhale over to one side. Inhales up. Exhale, other side. Inhale up. Exhale, hands come down into the heart center and to the back. Open up the chest. Exhale, hands slide down the legs or onto the chair. Rocking it out one more time. And then go ahead, slowly come back up to rise. Good, you're going to find a nice seat on your chair again. And we're going to open up our hips a little bit to end. So depending on how flexible you are, you might come to the edge of your chair so that you have a little bit more space to take the right leg and start to slide it up. Some people might not even get it on their leg, then you can just open it up right here. If you are able to pick up your right ankle and put it on top of the knee, great. You can stay here and you can use your right hand to push against the thigh. I never want you to push below the knee because that's going to twist from the knee rather than the hip. So again, you can stay here, or if it's available to you, you're not feeling the stretch where you should, you can start to bow into it. Again, going where it feels good today. And soften through the face. Releasing anything with the exhale, surrendering to God. Inhale again, thinking of Him and His grace and His love for you. Exhaling anything negative in your mind. You are worthy. You are loved. So God wants to fill up our hearts today and always with the love that he has for us. If only we knew, we could feel how much he loved us. It's so powerful. But our mind gets in the way a lot and says that we're not worthy or we have things to fear. Go ahead, inhale, rising up. If you're down, we're going to switch legs. So again, start where it feels good, and you just might be opening up the leg from here. Maybe you can start to slide it up on top of the knee. Again, you can take the position of putting your hand on the thigh, nice tall chest, or begin to fold into it. Going where it feels good. A stretch should feel good. I mean, you're going to feel a point where it's like, ooh, it's a little tight. But if you stay there for, 2 breaths, it should start to loosen and feel yummy. So don't ever go where you're feeling that pinching sensation or it's just not comfortable and you can't wait to get out. Again, softening through the face. Breathing in God. Breathing out you. It's a beautiful thing when you can connect with it. So I love bringing in the awareness of God in our breath and on our mat, because you can't take your mat with you where you go in life, but you always got your breath. So if you're ever feeling anxious or fearful, I invite you to close your eyes and simply imagine again, breathing in God, filling up with his love, and breathing out you. So inhale, come all the way back up. I want to thank you again for joining me today in practice. And just a gentle reminder again, when the world is chaotic outside and showing all these signs of fear, just know that you don't have to join in. And if it's hard sometimes and you catch yourself, that's the best time, is when you catch yourself, you can make that choice. You can invite that fear in, or you can go inward and know that God loves you, and you can turn away from that fear and towards love. Because when there's love, there's not going to be this hoarding, there's not going to be fighting. We're going to have time for others and to share. So be kind, love you, and namaste.